everyone, welcome to Tracy's Sunday Challenge. My name's Tracy Bish. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. I'm so happy to have you here, whether you're watching live or the replay later on. Please pop on in the comments and let me know that you're watching and that you're here, that you can hear me and all those sorts of good things. So this week's challenge is, the theme is patterns, which I thought would be a really great theme to do. There's so many different patterns out there, whether you stamp your own patterns or whether you grab some DSP which has a nice stripe in it, or gingham in it, circles in it. You know, there's so many different patterns that you could use. So that was my thoughts for today's theme. So I'm so excited that and I hope that you'll join in with this week's theme. Hi Marion, how are you? So for the pattern of gingham, that's where I've actually grabbed mine from. I'm going to grab all my kit. I'm actually using that wonderful paper Cottage Gingham, which is in the mini catalogue at the moment. This is what I've got left. So I've got lots of little pieces, but this is really pretty. It's mint macaron, balmy blue, petal pink, and soft sweet sorbet. My not very favourite one, so that's why I couldn't remember the name. Hi Glenda, how are you? Good morning. So nice to have you here. So the gingham has two different styles, or two different sizes, the large gingham and then the smaller gingham, and then you have this one as well. I think there's only three. I may be wrong. I know. You know, I think that's it. So it's really, really pretty paper. It comes in 6x6. It's still available in the catalogue right now. And I've made some really great Easter projects with this. To me, this gingham paper, because it's in the soft pastel-y sort of colours, it works really well with Easter projects, even though Easter falls in autumn here in Australia. I always do think of spring for Easter projects. So gingham is the pattern of my choice, but like I said, you could use circles or squares, or you know, you could create your own pattern by stamping. That would look really good as well. So let me show you the project that we're going to create today. Got a few joining. Hi Jen, hi Wendy, hi Beverly, hi Sean. Welcome everyone, it's so nice to have you here. So we're going to create this little cute box. It doesn't close up, so you can see the eggs as you give it to the recipient, but isn't that gorgeous? Ooh. I'll be glad to show this so my husband can stop eating the eggs that I've got on my desk. And we're using the Rain or Shine DSP to die cut from, so it's going to be a really quick and easy project. You could also, if you don't have that DSP, and you didn't want to fussy cut or die cut out your images from that DSP, you could certainly stamp, because that stamp has that image. So this is the Playing in the Rain suite, or bundle, and so we have this one here, so you could stamp it yourself and colour it, and that would look really good as well, rather than cutting your DSP. But because this DSP has like a UV coating and it's nice and shiny with his shirt or raincoat, I really wanted to go with that, and that's why I picked the balmy blue as well. It works perfectly with that little image. Okay, so the sentiment comes from the Easter Bunny stamp set. This has been my favourite for the last few weeks. It's what I've been using my Easter projects for. It's a cute little set, has everything in there, you know, the butterfly, the eggs, the flowers, the carrot, and three gorgeous little bunnies. You can purchase it with the bundle which is a punch, and it will punch out this image here, but it doesn't have any other images on the punch, so just for your information. All right, so one last thing that I did want to say too is for this project, you can head over to my blog once I've finished. There is a downloadable project sheet that you can print out that gives you the instructions for this box. So you can certainly go over there, download that. That's a free download for you. Like I said, I'm using the beautiful Rain or Shine DSP. This has so many different little characters that you can fussy cut out or you know, use on your projects, which sometimes if you just get that DSP and you've got lots of images that you can cut out and add as elements to your cards or projects, this makes really light work of crafting. So this is definitely one to look at. This is also my favorite suite in the catalog. So if you're looking at it still, highly recommend grabbing it. And like I said, there is a tutorial project sheet over on my blog, so go over and check that out. Okay, so I'm going to grab my kit. I have everything cut out already. So I'm using balmy blue cardstock, basic white regular cardstock for our matting pieces. I have all my DSP cut, which is that blue gingham. And then I've got my little rabbit image that we're going to quickly fussy cut out as well. And I am using that Simply Elegant twine, which is in the annual catalogue. I am hoping and praying that Stampin' Up! Put this in our new annual catalogue coming out. As a demonstrator, we get to see the new catalogue this coming Thursday morning, and I'm so excited. But I'm gonna be very upset if this hasn't carried over, because this is my favourite twine. It goes with everything. Metallics go with everything, I think, anyway. All right, so I'm gonna grab my paper trimmer. We're gonna create our little box here. So our balmy blue cardstock measures 6 inches by 9.5, and on the 6-inch side we're going to score, actually no, we're going to score on the 9.5 inch first, because that makes it a little bit easier for us. We're going to score at 3 inches, 4.5 inches, 7.5 inches, and 9 inches. And we're going to turn 90 degrees, and our next score line is going to be 1.5 inches, and then 3.5 inches. But what we want to do is we don't want to score this first big section, so 3.5 inches. So we're going to score from the bottom, and we're going to go all the way up to that first score line. So I'm just going to sort of put my finger there so I don't go any further than that. It's a little bit hard with the lights. It doesn't let me see quite so well. So then we have all our score lines. This big image here is actually the back of our box. So if we were to score all the way along, we would score it along the back here, and which means this would be not quite as strong. It would end up moving around a little bit, so you want to be careful not to score that one. And then we have our box template. So I'm going to grab my bone folder and we can start doing a little bit of scoring here. So we have our tab. What's everyone up to this weekend? Are you doing anything exciting? This one here I'm going to leave until we do our cutting, so it makes it easier. Once we've cut the box down, we can score that score line without affecting this piece at all. Oh, thank you, Beverly. Sean wants chocolate now. Oh, it's too early here, and I'm not a big chocolate fan. Marion says, Sean, is your real name Adam? Meaning my husband. That's funny. Glenda says that she's stocked up on that twine just in case. You know what, Glenda? I did too. Actually, my last order, I bought 5 packets of it. And I'm not ashamed to say, because you know what? It's such a good twine that I think you know, you can use it, like it's perfect for your Christmas things. So even if it does go out, I'll still keep using it because I love it. All right, so what we're going to do, we have our large, big square or rectangle here. We're actually going to cut all this top piece off. So, and I could probably bring in my paper trimmer and do that. Actually, let's do that. It'll be nice and straight then. Sometimes my cutting with scissors is not super straight. So just up to that score line, like so. Yeah, it makes light work of it. And we're going to take this whole piece off. We have all our little score lines down here. We're going to cut up on each of those, but we're going to take off the little rectangle on the side. This is our side tab that's going to put the box together, or touch the box together. So we can get rid of it completely. And then we're just going to cut up our side tabs. I'm using my large handled scissors. I find when you're cutting, sometimes it's a little bit easier to cut up bigger areas than with your snips. Okay. And what we also want to do, with these little tabs here, we're going to just miter cut. That will just help to put the box together just a little bit. So we just want to take off a little tiny bit on each side. And that'll help with the bulk as well. So we're ending up with a little template of the box just like that. We can start popping this together. I'm going to use tear and tape, but you could use liquid glue. And I'm going to add some tear and tape along the tab here. And because I'm actually putting quite a few chocolates in there, I'm actually going to take this piece off, the backing off, and add another piece. I want to make sure that that is super secure. Now, if you're clever enough to use the Seal Plus, which I'm not, I don't know, I struggle with that, so that's a nice strong adhesive as well. That could help to keep it together. So we're just folding the tab in, folding the box over and securing the sides, like so. Now you can see the back piece here, that tab, you can see that in the background. And let me show you this one. I actually added all my DSP first, so this is a good little tip. Pop your box together first and then add all your DSP layers, and that way you can hide your little tab. I learnt that from my sample. See, it fits lots and lots of eggs in there. I liked it nice and full. Okay, we're going to add our 2 tabs down. We're going to add tear and tape to both sides of this. Once again, I've used a lot of eggs inside my box, so I want to give it a really good amount of adhesive down. And I probably could have done this before I added my tab, so it doesn't look so uncoordinated, but this will work. So I'm just going to press those down and make sure it's got a good hold on both sides. And that's only because of the way I've attached it down, and then we can just peel these off and secure them down. I'll do this side first. This is the back piece. So the one with the backing piece, that's going to go down first. Like so. And then if we use our front tab to go down last, it actually hides that seam. You won't have that seam at the front, it'll be at the back. So you won't see that at the front of the box, you get that nice crisp side at the front. Cute. Alright, so let's bring in all our little pieces. We're going to glue them together. I'm just going to use liquid glue for that. So you could use any colour you would like for this. You could change the design to be, you know, one of the Easter bunnies from that Easter bunny stamp set. So it's going to be our backing piece. We've got one for the front of our box. And I think the basic white and the balmy blue gingham looks really, really sweet together. This would make a really nice new baby gift as well. It's just got that soft feel to it. These are the two sides. So there's just a nice little border of that white all the way around. I'll check your comments in just a second, everyone. So if you have any questions, please ask them. If you're doing anything exciting today or over the weekend, let me know that as well. And then we have leftover pieces of balmy blue and white, basic white, and then another piece of basic white. That's for our stamping. So we might do those, let those dry for just a second. So the balmy blue piece, we're going to grab that Happy Easter sentiment from the Easter Bunny. And I also want to get that little tiny butterfly. We're going to stamp that one as well. So I'm heat embossing the sentiment. I really wanted that silver from the twine to really showcase. Oh, that's not very straight. Much better. Because I have been handling my piece of balmy blue, I'm just going to bring my embossing buddy in. This tool helps with all the oils in our fingers from sticking to the embossing powder, so I highly recommend it. Stamping Up now offer an embossing toolkit, so it has a brush, a tray, an embossing buddy. I think it's got tweezers as well, so it's a great little toolkit if you're new to heat embossing, but the embossing buddy is a definite must. So I'm just going to try and line that up. And we're using the silver embossing powder to heat emboss. That's in the metallics range of powders. There we go. You can see I pressed down really hard on my stamp, so the Happy is actually quite a little bit fatter. So I'm going to bring my heat tool in and just melt that powder. Well, Beverly had to go and find chocolate to eat. Sorry, everyone. Hi, Jeanette, how are you? Morning, Sue. Jeanette says she loves balmy blue. Hope it doesn't go. Yeah, I was actually thinking the other day, what colours out of... oh, so we're having a colour refresh. Stampin' Up! Are having a colour refresh, which means we're having some colours come back and we'll be losing some colours. So we know that Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon are coming back, so that's 2 colours. So we know that we're going to at least lose 2 colours from our colour family, which had me thinking, what colours would I be happy to get rid of? Have you guys got colours in the colour family that you're happy that you don't use, that you'd be happy to get rid of? So I'm going to use my Memento Tuxedo black ink. We're just going to stamp that butterfly. And I'm going to colour him in, or her in, with Balmy Blue stamping blends. For me, some colours that I'll be happy to get rid of would be Poppy Parade, not my favourite at all. While I let that dry, I'm just going to fussy cut my little bunny here, and I'm going to keep the puddle that he's sitting in or standing in as well. Yes, so Poppy Parade, I'd be happy to get rid of... what else did I think of? There was another colour. Blushing Bride, maybe, because it's like a dirty pink. I like the petal pink when I go for a nice soft pink more so than the Blushing Bride. But yeah, does anyone have any colours that they'd like to see maybe change out for something else, or do you have colours that you really hope stay? I know there's a lot of people that, you know, have their very, very favourite colour. So everyone's hoping and praying that that colour's not going, but I don't know. I really love Greeny Apple Green, so that is one that I really hope won't go anywhere. I'm not a big green person, but I love the Greeny Apple Green. So... Blushing Bride for Beverly, Sweet Sorbet for Marion. Marion, Sweet Sorbet's not going anywhere just because it's the in colour. It'll leave us next year. Oh, Sean wants Pink Pirouette back. Yes. Yeah, that was a pretty pink. Powder Pink for Jeanette. She wants that one back. Pretty Pink. Greeny Apple Green also, yeah. Oh, Jeanette's tired of Old Olive. Okay. Yeah, well, Old Olive's been around for a long time. Oh, Merry Merlot. That's one I don't use. So that could go. Yeah, it's really one that I think I've maybe used it once or twice. It's not a colour that, yeah, that I really go to. And to be honest, Cherry Cobbler. Cherry Cobbler's one that I don't use very often, and I know Rachel will kill me for saying that. That's her favourite Christmas red. But that's the only time I use it, is at Christmas time. And then I'll still, you know, try and go for real red just because it's a little bit more brighter and nicer. But yeah, it'll be super exciting on Thursday to find out. So demonstrators will find out Thursday. We get to see the new catalogue and the colour refresh and all those sorts of things. But as a customer, you have to wait until the catalogue comes out. So that's just another reason why the great perks of being a demonstrator is a great time to join. Because we'll actually get to order, I think it's the 4th of April, from the new catalogue. So that's super exciting. Always love new products. So I've got my Balmy Blue stamping blends. I'm just going to quickly colour in. We'll do this one. So I have my light here. I'm just going to colour in all those little marks. And then with the dark, I'll colour in the whole butterfly. just going to quickly fussy cut that one as well. So this week's theme for the challenge is patterns. You could choose any pattern you like. Like you can see, I've gone with the gingham because I wanted to use this paper. This has been my go-to paper for my Easter projects because to me it screams spring, and you know, we always seem to associate spring with Easter even though it's autumn here. So cute. Alright, I'm going to add just some liquid glue to these ones, and then we can start popping all the box together or assembling the parts to it. So once again, just a nice little border with the basic white all the way around. I'll start adding these ones. So I'm just going to put some glue on and add them. Now remember, doing it this way instead of my sample way will cover that tab there, which is always good, especially if you're not going to fill it quite full with the Easter eggs. It will hold that tab back and not look as so unsightly. So we have our front one. So I've got some really great specials going on at the moment. If you purchase the Rhino Ready bundle, which is an online exclusive, this month in my online store, you will receive a free card class next month. And there's 3 cards in that card class. We also have, if you spend $70 in product, using this month's hostess code, which is this one here, you can receive the free card kit, so March's card kit, which is that Easter 3 projects. You'll receive that all the kit for that with PDF. I did my video last Thursday on it, so you can go back and watch and see what the projects are for those. I'm going to pop this one, the sentiment, up with some dimensionals. And I also have the Simple Sweet Stampers tutorial bundle is available for purchase over my blog. That's using this gorgeous suite, the Rain or Shine suite. Or if you purchase $100 in product, you'll receive that bundle as a free gift, as well as the normal bundle. So if you just place any order, you're going to receive the handmade card as well as the bundle tutorial. So lots and lots on offer if you're purchasing through me. I love to spoil my customers, so if you would like to place orders and you would like some free product, I've got lots of inspiration with bundle tutorials and kits and things like that. So I've just popped that up with a mini dimensional. Isn't that cute? So cute. And then for the behind the little rabbit here, I'm going to bring out my silver twine. Oh, Sean says, oh, the outrage if old Olive goes. Yeah, that's probably been on around for the 35 years. Would it have been? I don't know. I've only been demonstrator for 10 years, but it seems like that's one that's been around for a long time. Sometimes this ribbon will, or the twine, will get really, it has like a kink in it. So if you just roll your hands over it, it straightens it out really well. I'm going to do a faux bow. So I'm just sort of creating a nice big bow. Like so. Sound like purr. You Aussies will understand what I'm talking about. So I've got a nice little bow like that. I'm going to add that to the back of my bunny. And I'm just going to secure that down with just some tear and tape. That'll be fine. Doesn't that look so fun? So I can take that backing off, and then I'm going to add some dimensionals to pop him up on the front of the box. I want some big dimensionals for that one, not the small ones. Oh no. Did you see what I just did? I can fix that. Bummer. My finger got caught in the tear and tape. That's alright, we'll fix it. You don't want to go any higher with the dimensionals than the bunny's head, because otherwise it'll be off the top of that box. So let me pop this down. I was doing so well, everyone, too. Jeanette says she thinks the old Oliver's been around for 10 years or more. Was in when she joined. Okay. Jeanette loves cherry cobbler for Christmas also. Yeah. Yeah, I think cherry cobbler's a good one for Christmas, but it's probably not one that gets used other than that. Oh, I think I'm going to be able to get that to sit there. Excellent. See, you would never know that. One of my puppies is trying to get through the door. You might be able to hear that. And lastly, I'm just going to do a little tiny bow for behind our little butterfly. Now, there's no other, you know, embellishments on here. You could add, you know, some rhinestones or pearls, anything balmy blue related. I've left it with all the metallics, the embossing, the twine. I think that's enough. But definitely please yourself. So I want to make this pretty small. Okay. And to attach this one, I'm just going to grab a mini glue dot and pop it in behind. Oh, thank you, everyone. I'm glad that you enjoyed this treat box. Just a very simple little idea. Uses very minimal supplies. And even if you didn't want to add quite so much DSP, or maybe don't layer it with the basic white or any other cardstock underneath, completely up to you how you do it. I'm just popping that little bow in behind. All right. So I'm going to grab my Easter eggs. Pop them in. I don't know anyone that wouldn't love this little treat idea. And I do have one of these lint bunnies. So I've been trying to work on Easter things, I think, for probably a month. And you know what? I had trouble trying to find anything. But, you know, Easter stuff's out everywhere now, so... But I don't like to leave anything to the last minute for designing, otherwise it stresses me out. So I might get another one in there. How cute is that? Such a sweet idea. So there we go. Excellent. So yeah, you can create something like this. Maybe if you wanted to use a different pattern, you could certainly do that and create this for your challenge. And you know, you're doing two things. You're joining in the challenge, and you're also creating some Easter treats for family or friends, or whoever you like to give little Easter treats to. Oh, Glenda got me. I love Kath and Kim. Oh, thank you, everyone. I'm so glad that you enjoyed this little project. So please come over and join in this week's challenge. All you need to do is take a photo of your project, head over to my Facebook page. You'll see the post with the theme. You can put your photo of your project in the comments section. And even if you don't create anything, go over and check out what everyone else is creating and leave them a comment. I know they appreciate when, you know, their hard work is appreciated as well. It's always nice to get a comment. Anything else? I'm not really sure. I think that's everything. If you're in need of any of the supplies that I've used today, please purchase them in my online store. I would really appreciate that. I've got some wonderful products that I can send you as your free gift. I always like to spoil my customers, so you won't be leaving empty-handed at all. Alright everyone, I'll be back on Thursday with, well, it'll be a new month, so it'll be the customer appreciation card. I'll just quickly, there is only till the end of this month, so the 31st of March, to take up this free Easter class. All you need to do is place an order of $70 in product using this host code, and you'll get set. I will send you that for free just for purchasing with me. Alright, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all really soon. Bye bye.